Have you ever started your morning thinking an egg was the healthiest thing on your plate? Eggs are beloved in many homes, praised for their high protein and rich nutrients. But what if I told you that, especially for older adults, how you eat your eggs might be quietly harming your health? I'm Dr. Robert Peterson. I'm 92 years old and have practiced internal medicine for over 6 decades. In that time, I've seen far too many seniors unknowingly make simple egg-related mistakes that can undermine their well-being. In this video, I'll share 5 crucial ways you should not eat eggs if you want to protect your heart, brain, and overall vitality. I'll also show you how one small change helped 86-year-old Mary Johnson cut her cholesterol meds by 30%. Watch until the end, because just one mistake could mean the difference between eggs being your daily medicine or your hidden poison. Reason 1. Eating only egg whites on an empty stomach. Let's talk about a mistake that many well-meaning seniors make. Thinking egg whites alone are the healthier choice, especially first thing in the morning. It sounds smart, right? Cut the cholesterol, boost the protein. But this habit could actually be sabotaging your nerves, your brain, and even your balance. Here's why. Egg whites contain a protein called avidin. On its own, it's harmless. But when eaten alone, especially on an empty stomach, avidin binds tightly to biotin, also known as vitamin B7, and blocks your body from absorbing it. Biotin plays a vital role in brain health, nerve function, skin, and energy. If your body runs low on biotin, the symptoms can start quietly. Fatigue, irritability, foggy thinking. But over time, it gets more serious. Numb hands or feet, muscle weakness, memory loss, even clinical depression. Older adults are especially vulnerable. Your nervous system is already under stress as you age, and robbing it of nutrients like biotin can worsen the problem. Take Eleanor Thompson, a 72-year-old retired librarian from Maine. She had always believed she was doing the right thing by eating only egg whites every morning. But after a few years, she started losing feeling in her fingers. Walking became hard. Eventually, she was diagnosed with a biotin deficiency traced directly to her breakfast routine. But the story doesn't end there, because the yolk, often thrown away, is actually your best defense. Egg yolks are rich in biotin and also lecithin, which helps your brain produce the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which protect your eyes from age-related degeneration. The irony? Eating the whole egg actually cancels out avidin's harmful effect, because the biotin in the yolk neutralizes it. And it gets worse when eggs are eaten on an empty stomach. That's when your stomach acid is at its highest, giving avidin even more power to block nutrient absorption. So not only are you skipping the most nutritious part of the egg, you're setting your body up for a serious imbalance. The fix is simple but powerful. Eat the whole egg and do it with a meal. Pairing eggs with high-fiber foods, like vegetables, whole-grain toast, or oatmeal, slows digestion and enhances the absorption of all those brain and nerve-loving nutrients. A salad with a sliced boiled egg at lunch. That's a far better option than an egg white scramble at 7 a.m. And what about cholesterol? For most people, research shows that eating 1 egg per day, 5-7 per week, doesn't significantly raise cholesterol levels. But if you're on statins or managing neurological conditions like Parkinson's or dementia, speak with your doctor, since biotin deficiency can worsen symptoms in those cases. Some medications, such as sulfonamide antibiotics or hormonal treatments, also increase your risk of losing biotin. So egg habits matter more than you think. Egg what you can do today, eat the whole egg. Yes, the yolk too. Avoid eggs on an empty stomach. Have them with lunch or dinner instead. Pair with fiber-rich foods like leafy greens or whole grains. Stick to 5-7 eggs per week, unless advised otherwise by your doctor. Talk to your doctor if you're on medications that affect biotin levels or brain function. Brain reflect. Have you been tossing the yolks for years? If so, maybe it's time to welcome them back to your plate. And give your body the full benefit of one of nature's most perfectly balanced foods. Reason 2. Eating raw or undercooked eggs. Let's address a tradition that's still surprisingly common among some older adults. Eating raw eggs. Whether it's whisking them into a morning shake, cracking them into a glass with vodka like the old-timers did, or soft boiling them until the yolk is runny, this habit may seem harmless or even healthy. But for seniors, it carries serious risks that can quietly erode your health. First and foremost is the threat of Salmonella, a bacterial infection that can turn deadly in older adults. Unlike in younger people, whose immune systems may recover with a little rest, seniors face far more severe consequences. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, people over 65 have the highest hospitalization and death rates from Salmonella infections. Take the case of 82-year-old Mr. Mark Thompson. For years, he believed that drinking raw eggs mixed with vodka each night gave him strength. One evening, he became violently ill. Fever, chills, and confusion set in. He was rushed to the ICU and diagnosed with sepsis, a life-threatening infection that stemmed from Salmonella. Though he survived, the aftermath included long-term antibiotic use, gut damage, chronic diarrhea, and malnutrition. And the danger doesn't stop there. Raw egg whites contain active avidin, the same protein mentioned earlier. When uncooked, avidin binds aggressively to biotin, blocking your body's ability to absorb this critical nutrient. That means if you eat raw eggs regularly, you're putting yourself at risk of biotin deficiency, a condition linked to nerve damage, cognitive decline, and depression. For seniors already facing age-related challenges in brain and nerve function, this is like pouring fuel on a fire. But there's another hidden danger: gut microbiome disruption. Raw eggs can throw off the balance of healthy bacteria in your intestines. Bacteria that play a crucial role in digestion, immunity, and even mental health. Emerging studies link poor gut health to diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and chronic inflammation. In older adults, the stakes are even higher. So how can you enjoy eggs safely? It all starts with proper cooking. Eggs should be heated to an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius, to kill harmful bacteria and deactivate avidin. For hard-boiled eggs, this means letting them cook for 9-12 minutes until both the white and yolk are fully set. Avoid undercooked styles like sunny side up, soft-boiled, or runny scrambled eggs. Unless you're using pasteurized eggs specifically labeled safe for raw consumption. Storage also matters. Always refrigerate eggs, check the shells for cracks before use, and consume them within 2 weeks of purchase. And remember to wash your hands thoroughly after handling eggshells. This simple step can prevent accidental contamination in your kitchen. What about those nostalgic family recipes that call for raw egg? Like homemade mayo or Caesar salad dressing. Swap them out with cooked versions, or use pasteurized eggs that have been safely treated to kill bacteria without cooking the egg itself. What you can do today: always cook eggs thoroughly, especially the yolk. Boil eggs 9-12 minutes, or make sure scrambled fried eggs are well cooked. Skip raw egg traditions, no matter how nostalgic they feel. Check for freshness before buying. No cracks, no stains. Store properly in the fridge and use within 2 weeks. Use pasteurized eggs if your recipe absolutely requires raw eggs. Speech balloon reflect. Have raw or undercooked eggs ever been part of your diet? Maybe it's time to let go of old habits and choose a safer path. One that protects your immune system, your digestion, and your peace of mind. Reason 3. Consuming eggs with medication. If you're a senior juggling multiple medications each day, here's something you might not know: the humble egg. Yes, even something as innocent as breakfast can mess with your prescriptions in serious ways. Over the years, I've treated many older adults whose health complications weren't from the medications themselves, but from what they ate alongside them. Eggs, when timed poorly, can interfere with how your body absorbs or reacts to certain drugs, making them less effective, or even dangerous. Let's talk about warfarin, a blood thinner used by millions of older Americans. It works by slowing down your blood's ability to clot through interaction with vitamin K now. Egg yolks happen to be loaded with vitamin K, so if you suddenly increase or decrease your egg intake, it throws off the balance. Too much vitamin K can cancel out warfarin's effects, increasing the risk of strokes. Too little, you might bleed too easily. A sobering example: Mr. Harold Smith, 85, ended up in the ER with a brain hemorrhage. The cause: he'd been eating eggs daily while on warfarin, without realizing the risk. Then there are antibiotics like tetracycline and quinolones. These medications can get tangled up with the calcium, magnesium, and iron found in eggs, forming compounds that your body struggles to absorb. That means your infection sticks around longer and your recovery slows down. And if you're anemic and on iron supplements, be warned. Egg whites contain proteins that cling to iron in your gut, blocking its absorption. Mrs. Dorothy Jones, 76, learned this the hard way. Despite taking her iron pills religiously, her anemia wouldn't budge. The culprit? She was eating eggs with her meds. To play it safe, create a buffer zone between eggs and your medications. For most drugs, give it at least 2 hours. For more sensitive medications like warfarin, 4 hours is a safer bet. And always consult your doctor or pharmacist about egg interactions, especially if you're managing heart disease, high blood pressure, or neurological conditions. Timing matters too. Thyroid medications like levothyroxine should be taken on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. No eggs or food for at least 1 hour afterward. The same goes for statins and blood pressure pills. Eat your eggs at a different time of day. Taking calcium or zinc supplements, eggs can block those too. Better to space them out or have them with meals that don't include eggs. A simple rule: keep eggs away from meds unless your doctor gives the all clear. Here's how to stay safe. 3 o'clock, leave 2 to 4 hours between eggs and any prescription meds. Ask your doctor about your egg habits, especially if you're on blood thinners, antibiotics, or supplements. Notebook: keep a small food and medication journal to spot any accidental overlaps. Stopwatch if you're on thyroid meds. Wait at least 1 hour before eating eggs. Flexed biceps: pair calcium or zinc supplements with other meals to maximize absorption. Reflect and reset. Do you usually wash down your meds with breakfast? If eggs are part of that routine, it may be time to rethink the timing. A small adjustment could mean your treatments work better and you stay safer. Reason 4. Consuming eggs between 6:00 a.m. and 8:00 a.m. Many of us were raised to believe that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and for decades, eggs have been the go-to morning favorite. But what if eating eggs between 6:00 a.m. and 8:00 a.m. is quietly increasing your risk of heart problems? especially if you're over 65. In the early morning, your body naturally experiences a cortisol surge, a spike in a hormone designed to help you wake up and feel alert. But here's what most people don't realize. Cortisol also stimulates your liver to produce more cholesterol. So when you pair that biological effect with cholesterol-rich eggs, your blood cholesterol levels may rise more than you expect. For seniors or people with cholesterol issues, this timing can become a hidden danger. Take Mr. Ronald Jones, age 78. He loved his daily ritual of fried eggs at 6:00 a.m. sharp. For years, it seemed harmless, but then he suffered a heart attack. Tests later showed that his cholesterol was twice the normal range, and his morning egg habit, timed at peak cortisol, likely played a major role. He thought he was making a heart-smart choice, but the timing betrayed him. There's another layer. Your digestive system isn't fully awake yet. After a night of fasting, your gut is still ramping up, and loading it with heavy protein first thing can cause indigestion, bloating, or sluggishness, especially in older adults with slower metabolism or weakened digestion. Eggs may be healthy, but your body may not be ready to handle them first thing in the morning. So when should you eat eggs? The ideal window is between 2 p.m. and 4:00 p.m. here. Cortisol levels drop by afternoon, so you're not doubling up on cholesterol production. Your digestive enzymes are fully active, making it easier to absorb nutrients like choline, lutein, and biotin. The liver functions more efficiently in the afternoon, which supports cholesterol metabolism. Even better, pair your eggs with fiber-rich vegetables like spinach, onions, or bell peppers. Fiber helps reduce cholesterol absorption in your intestines and supports smoother digestion. A spinach omelet at lunch? Far better than eggs on an empty morning stomach. Avoid eating eggs late at night, too. Protein is harder to digest, and your body needs energy for rest and repair while you sleep, not for processing heavy food. If you still want morning protein, lighter alternatives like Greek yogurt or tofu are easier on your gut. Simple changes for better heart health. Shift your egg habit to the afternoon, 2-4 p.m. Let your digestive system wake up first before eating heavy proteins. Red pair eggs with vegetables to support cholesterol balance. Warning: avoid late-night eggs. They interfere with sleep and digestion. Check-in moment. Have you always eaten eggs in the early morning? Would you be willing to try moving your egg meal to the afternoon for a week and see how your body responds? Sometimes it's not what you eat, but when you eat it, that makes all the difference. Reason 5. Cooking eggs in high-temperature oil. There's something comforting about the sizzle of a fried egg in a hot pan. It's familiar, it's quick, and for many older adults, it's been a morning ritual for decades. But cooking eggs in high-temperature oil could quietly be damaging your health, especially as you age. Let's break this down. When eggs are fried in oil heated beyond 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius, their proteins denature, meaning they twist and change shape. This change makes them much harder to digest, particularly for older adults whose digestive enzymes may already be weaker. You might experience bloating, heartburn, or even chronic stomach irritation. Not because of the egg itself, but because of the way it was cooked. Now add another problem: the oil. When common oils like vegetable or canola oil exceed their smoke point, they start to break down and release toxic compounds like aldehydes and acrylamide. These byproducts don't just upset your stomach. They increase inflammation in your body and may even raise your risk of heart disease and cognitive decline. And it doesn't stop there. High heat also destroys nutrients, especially choline, a powerhouse in egg yolks. Choline supports brain health, nerve function, and memory. But the very heat used to make your egg crispy may be robbing you of the one nutrient your brain needs most. Let me introduce you to Mrs. Jane Smith, 84. For years, she fried her eggs in oil every morning. Over time, she began to lose her appetite and weight, and doctors initially chalked it up to aging. But when she switched to boiling and steaming, her stomach troubles eased. And so did her anxiety around food. Or take Mr. George Smith, 82, who finally ditched the frying pan and switched to poached eggs. Within weeks, his acid reflux disappeared and his energy improved noticeably. So how can you enjoy eggs without hurting your gut? Gentle cooking tips for seniors. Egg boiling. Place eggs in cold water, bring to a gentle boil over low heat, and simmer for about 10 minutes. Fog steaming. Cooks eggs with vapor, preserving nutrients and avoiding oil altogether. Droplet poaching. Simmer eggs in water just below boiling. Delicate on digestion, big on flavor. Cross-mark avoid microwaving. It denatures proteins too aggressively and may cause dangerous pressure buildup inside the egg. And here's a secret weapon. Herbs and spices. Add turmeric, parsley, or black pepper to your eggs. Turmeric, for example, contains curcumin, which helps reduce inflammation and support brain function. Perfect for older adults wanting both taste and health. Cooking isn't just about taste. It's about protecting the body that's carried you this far. Every small change in your kitchen is a step toward fewer digestive issues, better memory, and more vibrant energy. Quick reflection. How have you been cooking your eggs all these years? If you've been using oil and high heat, would you be open to trying a boiled or poached egg tomorrow morning? With a sprinkle of turmeric for your brain. A gentle change today could mean fewer stomach aches and clearer thinking tomorrow. Eggs truly are one of nature's most powerful foods. Packed with high-quality protein, vitamin D, B vitamins, selenium, and choline. For older adults, these nutrients can support everything from muscle strength to brain health. But as we've seen, how you prepare and eat your eggs matters just as much as eating them at all. To get the most out of every bite, remember these 5 essential principles. Don't skip the yolk. Eat the whole egg with a balanced meal to absorb all the nutrients and avoid gut irritation. Never eat raw eggs. Cook them thoroughly to kill bacteria like salmonella, especially important as immunity declines with age. Pill separate eggs from meds. Wait at least 2 hours before or after taking medication to prevent dangerous interactions. 2 o'clock time it right. Eat eggs between 2:00 and 4:00 p.m. when your digestion and liver function are strongest. Skip the frying. Choose boiling, steaming, or poaching to preserve nutrients and protect your stomach. I'm 92 and still practicing medicine. Not because of big miracles, but because of small choices like these repeated every day. Your habits shape your future. So I'll ask you this. Which of these 5 changes will you start with tomorrow? A gentle shift could be the first step towards stronger muscles, sharper memory, and a calmer gut. If this video helped you rethink your breakfast routine, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about. Together, small changes can lead to a big difference.